It's exciting in here. There's a real buzz. It's really noisy and there's metal grinding, sparks flying and things happening. We've got a lot more manpower involved now. There's people everywhere and things are really starting to snowball.
Now that things are speeding up, I like working in a very fast pace. So I'm loving it more.
It is coming to life. It's probably 70% done.
This isn't a race, it's a marathon. Do it one step at a time.
It's mostly just finishing all the systems. We have the engine, the propeller on.
We're at the point now where we've pretty much been through all the systems and found all the problems that we're going to find. For the first time, we can actually really truly see the light at the end of the tunnel now.
All of a sudden, things start getting finished when you've done these thousands of hours of preparatory work.
The aircraft looks further apart than it has in quite a while. We're at a point now where a lot of the bigger components and assemblies are coming back apart. Parts go on and off every day, right? And we're test fitting and proving things and trying systems. We're getting to the point now, though, where quite a few of the major components are to the point now where they're ready for final installation. So, they're coming off for the last time, final paint, that sort of thing. And then, we're going to start actually seeing components going on the aircraft for good now.
There she is. It's taken me from the hands-on role to much more of a supervisory and a coordination role. My effort is into keeping track of what others are doing and making sure that we're going down the path. Patience is something that I've never had a lot of, but this is helping me learn some patience. One of the recent successes we've had is with the hood jettison system.
And we didn't know there was such a thing. And we had a few parts and he figured it out that, when you pull this thing, it's gonna blow the canopy off.
It's not a ballistic jettison system, it simply releases a set of hooks.
And this is from the 40s. We didn't know there was stuff like that around.
A large spring cartridge sitting behind the pilot, and when it fires off, when it's released, it makes one hell of a racket.
Holy shit, does that pull that thing?
And we have successfully jettisoned both the hood and the emergency exit on the right-hand side of the aircraft.
It feels like we're getting stuff done now. It feels like we're really moving forward.
We're just full out doing everything without holding back.
We just have to go. Now we need to do what we're paid to do and do what needs to be done.
You can look at it in books, you can look at it on the computer, but to see it in real life is a way different experience. I'm Connie Stephanie, I'm an AME in structures. I've been here 24 years. My grandfather was in World War II flying a Hawker Hurricane. They called it the Hurry Bomber. I grew up listening to all the stories and it's kind of in my blood. This is a dream job. You can get into aviation, but to have this kind of opportunity, especially with the history of my family and everything else, I couldn't ask for anything else. The best part is that it's something different every day. We have to use all our skills. A lot of times there's some really challenging work, especially this program.
In order to build the nav-light lenses and the frame for the lenses, because we don't have drawings for that, what we did was we have an Artec Leo scanner, so we scanned the wingtip. This particular scanner, there's only 11 of them in Canada, so it's still pretty new tech. It's pretty remarkable technology. It's laser scanner, it's got about 5,000ths of an inch accuracy. It gets us right in the ballpark for aviation. With that wing lens, the structure that it's going to go up to, I could spend a lot of time in the computer, with a set of calipers trying to model all that. Using the scan data, I can get that into the computer within hours and convert that to the files I need to start building actual solids in SolidWorks from that to model. From that data, we built a 3D print that we used as a form block to form the aluminum parts around.
Jamie 3D printed part for us here, and this is like one of the halves, and this is the other half. We pressed these out. They got welded together like this. Cleaned it up, and it ended up being this piece here. It's got the right dimension. It's a rounded part. Now we have to come up with how we're gonna form this shape. Originally it was like a plexiglass type thing. Of course, we got a broken piece. That's about all we have left over from the original plane. Up in the avionics department, they have a heat shrinking machine. It's basically a vacuum table, and it'll hopefully be able to take this Lexan and suck it down with the heat over top and form over the shape that we've made with the 3D printer.
First round was a bit of a practice run. We didn't degas the plastic first, so the Lexan that we use, that heating process makes that water boil and creates air bubbles.
We're hoping that there is no more moisture left that will evaporate and cause bubbles in this trial run.
So what's happening now is this is a heater element with radiant heating, and it's heating our sheet of Lexan. And basically we're going to heat it till it starts to droop.
Oh yeah, it's going. It's starting to go.
Not a single bubble.
Not a single bubble. That I can't believe that worked too.
I think we're there.
Oh, that one didn't suck as good this time.
And we have a lens. Yeah. Well, let's go trim it up and see what we get.
Well, it cracked on this one. Well, there's the lens. It did have a little crack in it this time, as soon as I released that pressure there. So that one's gonna be a lot better, for sure. You have to use a bit of your imagination. You have to be thinking a little bit outside of the box. You have to be able to think, how are we gonna get this done? How are we gonna make this look good? I find it quite fun myself.
Third round will be the charm. Once that all gets put together, we'll have a wing nav light lens.